As of today, there's 2,563 positive cases of COVID-19 in Albany County, 420 people under mandatory quarantine. It's an increase of 13 positive cases overnight. We had 9 positive cases yesterday. Among the new positives, we have 5 with close contact to positive cases, 2 are healthcare workers, and 6 didn't have a clear source of infection at this point, which we're still checking on. 9,950 people have not completed quarantine, excuse me. Of those, 2,506 tested positive for the virus and have recovered. That's an increase of 10. There are now 13 people hospitalized, same as yesterday, with a hospitalization rate of 0.5 that have tested positive, and we still have 2 patients in the ICU. And again, this is the one thing we continue to watch in the control room to talk about is the hospitalization rates in the ICU, which, if everyone remembers, a couple weeks ago we were pretty low. We were below 6 at one point in time, and even got lower than that. So that is alarming. That's a number we have to watch as it continues to go up. Over the last 5 days, there's been an average of 10.2 new positive cases each day, and yesterday it was 8.8. Again, if you have no signs or symptoms, please go and get tested. If you have signs and symptoms, get tested. We're encouraging both. It helps us let us know how many people are infected, and it also continues to help us when we're doing the epi and we're chasing down people that might be exposed, how we can handle this going into the future. So as always, Albany, the governor doesn't charge you for anything. It's free. Area code 188-364-3065. Our mobile testing sites that are still up and running with Whitney Young, 518-465-4771. And if you don't have insurance, we cover the test. Rite Aid site in Colony, as always, go to the Rite Aid website. It's on 155 in Central Avenue. And the new one that opened up, we helped open up in Walgreens on Holland Ave. Please go online. It's in Holland Ave now. And that's at walgreens.com/findcare/COVID-19/testing. And you can go to Walgreens there to get tested. Priority 1 in Gila, and always our great partner we have there, 518-867-8040. Continue to do the 4 things, and we'll get through this. We got to continue to wear masks, cough into our arms, clean our hands, and socially distance. So please, remember to do that, and we'll continue to keep these numbers low. I mean, I know the governor takes pride that we're less than 1% right now with everyone we're testing, and we are testing at higher numbers. So it does show, for the most part, people are doing the right thing. Some of the good news, and the media covered it yesterday, casinos can start to open up next week at 25% capacity. Things are going to be different. They have to make sure the air filters, Rivers is going to have to change out its air filter systems and a few other things to get in place. But again, they'll be up in line and running. I know some of the, the questions we got back is like Turning Stone and the other ones on Indian reservations never shut down. Or if they did, it was for a small period and then they reopened. They don't fall under New York State law. So, the governor's trying to do the right thing here. I commend him. Yeah, it's not easy. I usually wear that mask that says New York tough. We are tough, and thank goodness we do have a tough governor that's out there trying to do the right thing. We'll agree to disagree with people do in New York, but we need leadership, and it's probably not easy. Like I said, like decisions we have to make here on a county level, that you go home at night and when you put your head on your pillow, you got to make sure that you did everything in your power to make the right decision to protect the people that that I represent here in Albany County, as well as the people in the Capital District, and with the governor, it's the full state. So trust me, it's not easy decisions. No one wants to keep a business shut down because we see the consequences of the businesses being shut down with the unemployment. So again, please, continue to do the right stuff. We got guidance for tourism for farms, which is good for the fall season, including corn mazes, apple picking, pick your own fruits type of stuff, vegetable business, hay rides, haunted houses, which people do enjoy in the fall time here. But again, they have to, there's guidance on that. They have to run at, I believe, 33% capacity is the most that they can have. So they are categorized under low-risk outdoor arts and entertainment and public transportation guidelines that have been available for zoos and botanic gardens and art venues and others. So it is limited to 33% of any location, and masks must be worn the whole time. Obviously not unless you're not in your group, but and obviously petting zoos and live concerts on sites are still not allowed, so that's something that's still not being allowed. But again, we want people to go out there to enjoy themselves and feel some type of normalcy. I think New York and California, the last two states, not allowing movie theaters to open up at this point in time. I know people want to get out there. Some people want it, some people don't. Again, it's your comfort zone, and that's what we always tell people. You know, if you're not comfortable going out to a restaurant, don't go. You don't want to sit out in the patio or sit inside, at 50% capacity, don't go. You don't want to shop, don't go. There's Grubhub, there's a variety of things you can do online that you can still support these local restaurants and have the food delivered to you and safely do it and socially distancing. It's still there, it's still out there. We started our campaign to kick the flu away, and we're getting that message out there, and we're trying to help seniors, and I'm hoping with wearing these things that we have been, that maybe the flu season won't be as bad, and we don't hit the second wave with flu and the COVID-19. And again, the only way we're going to do that is working with everybody that's watching this, listening to this, or just out there doing the right thing. And again, we'll get through this. But as always, for guidance, you can be found on the New York Forward website, so please go to that. More travel restrictions. The governor added Alaska and Montana to the state travel advisory list. There are now 33 states and territories on the list, so please pay attention to that if you're going out. And look, I have people, ask me all the time, hey, I'm going to Florida, I'm going there, I'm going to just stay at my mom's house or my father's house. I go, it's on the list. It's 14 days quarantine when you get there, too, for New Yorkers, and when you come home. And, I know people want to get out and do this. So many people have explored New York State to areas and parks that they haven't been to their whole life, even though, you talk about Thatcher Park, and people who've been in this area, never even spent the time. Now people are going there again, and it's good. Get out there and explore the area around you. New York has so much to offer. Stay in New York right now. Do the right thing so we can get through this. So the people that think that we're trying to keep you shut down or from traveling, we can make it easier for you to eventually open up the doors and get through this together. Some of the colleges now that are being affected, we talked about what happened at Albany. And I look at the local colleges all the time, and all the presidents here from St. Rose and Maria and RPI and all of them, Union, and especially Siena and Albany, they've done a great job, and they're trying. Unfortunately, SUNY Oyana had hundreds of students test positive, and they had to get tested before they got there, and then they got there, so they're trying to chase down how that happened. The SUNY Chancellor, Jim Malatra, sent people in right away. The governor sent a whole team in. They tested the kids. Unfortunately, they're shutting it down. I know parents, once their kids are not positive, they're picking them up and bringing them home. It's the reality we're in. We're trying to open. And our college kids, we had a lot of people complain last weekend, and SUNY President Rodriguez got on top of that. Havidant was all over it, and kids got suspended or were asked not to come back to school. You got to do the right thing, and it's that age group that I said, 18 to 29, that just, they're showing no signs or symptoms, and they're spreading it. And we're going to stay in this, holding pattern if people don't continue to do the right things, or these kids realize, okay, go out and be fun. We want you to have kids. But reimagine staying 6 feet apart, keep a mask on, and stop socially gathering in them big groups that they do. And even when you do the right thing, you just saw The Rock made that announcement that him and his wife and his 2 daughters got it from family friends, that they thought everyone was staying in that nucleus group. And the problem is, if they meet with somebody outside that group, and again, I've learned so much from Dr. Whalen and her team and the EPI team that have done a phenomenal job here of how, you just start to think of it, and that's what made me think of that domino effect. It's like, okay, that's great, but Mike from IT decided to go to Stewards and not put a mask on or talk to somebody, and then he comes in here and he spreads it to us all. So, that's what happens. and again, you think you try to stay in your nucleus of the same people. What's on my mind right now is Labor Day weekend. We want people to enjoy it. Everyone's off on Monday. And the reality is it was like 4th of July and everything else and Memorial Day. We have to do the right thing. We have to continue to do the right thing. We don't want to step back. And please, it's hard to imagine we're almost in 6 months into this. I never thought 6 months ago we'd still be here and still doing this. I don't think anyone did. Till we get a vaccine coming out, and I'm not even going to get into that national debate right now of what finger pointing. We just need to work together in a partnership. Yes, I love saying partnership. I don't care what party affiliation is. This is about taking care of the people of this great country of ours. There's upwards of 330 million Americans, and we need to do the right thing. And we need leadership now more than ever. No finger pointing. Let's get it done. Let's work together, roll up our sleeves together, and work for the people. That's what we're here for, to work for the people that elected us into office and get the job done. But again, this weekend, please, I know you're going to want to have cookouts. I know you want to gather. Do it 6 feet apart. Some people were saying we stay 10 feet apart. They come over to my house, but they don't come in my house. They stay in the yard. I know people want to get together, and again, please continue to do the right thing as we go forward. And we'll get through this, and we'll get through this together, and with your family and friends. So please continue to do that. On Monday, I was part of an announcement with the church and Mayor Sheen and the school superintendent Adams, and all about nonprofits in the city of Albany, talking about how we can come together. And I know you see the controversy going on with the school districts right now. They got cut, and because of the COVID-19. Their budgets got cut real bad from the feds and stateside, right? So they are scrambling to reimagine how it happened and how they're going to operate and how many people they got to lay off. We need volunteer organizations more now than ever. We need parents to help out teach. They become teachers. Support the teachers in schools. Support your kids at home because, kids are, listen, I don't think since this has come out, there's a generation of kids. You see moms pushing strollers down. Everyone has an iPad, and they're all playing with it. They are more savvy to technology than older generations, but still sitting there all day trying to learn when you can just shut the video off and go off and do something else isn't good. And we got to make sure we stay ahead of it, and I've talked about that. And we can do this, again, by working with a variety of different organizations that are out there to help us with this. And some of the things we need to address is, and I've talked to the legislature about this, and to the chair, and to a variety of members, and Gary Demolowitz, and Gary, thank you for your great comments. But what are we going to do when schools are shut down and kids aren't going back to high school and middle school? Are they going to be home learning, or are they going to be out on the street doing continue on with this awful violence that we're having this year? So we need, again, to work together to make it happen, so we can get through this. We want these kids to get good grades, stay in the right path, and be successful. That's part of the reason Sheriff Apple and I did the partnership with AAU, the first of its kind in the nation. And I take pride in this because they took the model that Craig and I put together and molded together, and it wasn't perfect at first, but we worked out the kinks, and that's like AAU's national model now. There's a video that's going to be a commercial that's going to be coming out on it. Because that's what they're spinning, the partnership between the Sheriff's Department and my office, and that's why I say Craig's been ahead of a lot of things on a national level when it comes to policing differently and looking at things differently. So I can't thank him enough for that partnership. But again, doing things differently, we're going to get through this. I can't answer that question. Maybe I'll throw this out to the media or someone out there. I keep getting that same question. We were told months ago the Gates Foundation and the Bloomberg Foundation, both billionaires, were going to come out with this whole remodel and reimagine what the school is going to look like. I don't know. I don't see it. So if you see it, please send it to me. I don't know. I can't answer that question. I do appreciate the comments and different issues that you bring up to me, but I can't answer that question. We've told you that before. We haven't seen anything on it. I don't think, maybe they went away. I don't know. But if you find something, please by all means send it to my office, and I'll put it out here if there's guidance out on that. But I have not seen a thing on it since it was mentioned like 4 months ago or whatever it was. So again, supporting one another in partnerships, and one of the great partnerships we have is with the Boys and Girls Club. Sheriff Apple and I started this in 2012 with them, and it has continued on. And it's partnerships like that we have at the lake. In the summer, we did open it up after 1 August, followed the models from the YMCA with Dave Brown's established, and thank you for your guidance, YMCA and other organizations. But doing this together, we got through, and we got some kids, inner city kids, out of the city for at least a month to kind of just sit back and realize that there's more out there in the world, and and get a step away from the I want to say mayhem. Think of that commercial, what's been going on in the city, unfortunately. Again, in a partnership doing this, so I do want to thank the Boys and Girls Club, and I say to the viewers out there, if you get an opportunity to go out Route 32, it's only about a 15-minute drive from the city. We have over 421 acres. We got another announcement we're going to be announcing in a short couple of weeks, but it's a beautiful facility, chairs all around to just sit in and take the view of the water, the mountains, or go hiking, or enjoy the atmosphere that's going on down there. And we have fire pits all over, so you can have a little fire, safely have a fire, and enjoy yourself, or fish or kayak. So again, please take that opportunity, and we can get through this. But go to www.savealbany.org to sign up if you want to join in on any partnerships and help out, especially the people that haven't been back to work, or maybe out of work until you find something or something opens up. Here's your unique opportunity, that you can help the school districts out with the children. So again, mental health support's available 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. The number is 518-269-6634. Our 24-hour sexual assault hotline number, 518-447-7716. And as always, our 211 in the New York State hotline, 188-364-3065. Please stay safe and healthy out there, and continue to do this. We'll get through it. I know people are tired. They're over this. They want to walk away from this. They're tired of the briefings. They're tired of not things being opened up. But I will say what is not tired of you is the COVID-19. That's not tired of you, and that's going to continue to be out there until either we get a vaccine out or it goes away. So until that happens, unfortunately, this is where we're at. I'm not going to argue the science about the flu season kills more people than the COVID-19. I'll leave that to the CDC and health experts and state DOH and them. All I can do is just tell you is we can continue to put the stuff out there as we get it, guidance, and what we need to work on this together to get through this. Please enjoy your weekends. Do it safely.